Hello everybody. This is my second video since I went in for the surgery for my astrocytoma. Today is May 15th, 2021. So hopefully everybody's doing well. So a little bit of how it's been for me is I had a really rough time the first, at least the first month of time since the surgery, and physically I'm doing really well. I went from not being able to even walk to the street and back without being out of breath to now I'm at least running / walking 5 and 6 miles every other day. Try to keep that up. But so the physical part of the recovery has been okay, but the cognitive part is not so okay. It's taken longer than I thought to for the cognitive part of my recuperation to heal completely, and I am waiting for that to fully heal, or at least heal as well as it's going to, before I start back to work. So I'm still out on short-term disability, and will plan to return to work in mid-June. So June 21st is as it sits right now, that's my planned return to work date. So I just wanted to give everybody an impression of how I'm doing. You can see how I'm talking and compare that to the other video. There was a lot that the surgeon had to do. It was a pretty big deal, a very big deal. I was in the surgery for roughly 7 hours, and a part of that included an awake procedure, where essentially what that means is they had the area cut already in my head, and they had the skin pulled down, and they woke me up or brought me out of anesthesia so that I could answer questions, and while he was cutting out around my speech center. So again, it was on this side. It was on the left hand side of my skull, and good news is my surgeon got out 80% of the affected area. He couldn't get any more, at risk of some long-term damage, and I told him that I didn't want any long-term damage as a result of the surgery, because we really don't know how fast the tumor was growing. But he did get 80%, so that's pretty good. He was excited about that. I was excited about that. However, what I don't know yet is, what does that mean with respect to my long-term life? What's my longevity going to be as a result of having this tumor in the first place? So the next video, hopefully I'll have a better answer for that. I think the way we're going to go about it now is just looking at what all was damaged, and how long it's going to take for the tumor that's left in my brain to grow. So essentially every 3 months, and every 6 months as time goes on, we'll be able to see what that means. So I just can't give a really good explanation of that right now. But I wanted to let everybody know that I was okay. I'll post up some images if anybody wants to see them, that explains a little bit better what my brain looked like before the surgery, and then during the surgery, and after the surgery, so you can just see how big it was and what a challenge it was to actually get it, actually get what he got. He originally was saying it was going to be 60% is all he could get, but as I mentioned earlier, it's more like 80%. So that's really encouraging for me. So again, the physical part has been no problem for me. I know what to do there. It's the cognitive that's really had me and still has me saying that I'm not quite ready. It's also, my surgeon and his nurse and two other staff members that I've gone to see, occupational therapy and a neuropsychologist. They all agreed that I needed another few months to stay out to get back to normal with my cognitive abilities. So what I've done there is, I signed up for Lumosity online, and I'm taking their tests every day, and I can already know or notice that that's had a positive effect on my brain functioning. So that's really good, and that's what I'm going to do, is just keep going with that. But I feel fine. I'm not in the pain that I was in, and it's going really well for me. I was saying earlier, first month was not good. Really, the second month was better, but it still was not good. The third month that I'm in now is the best that I've felt by far so far. And it's, again, the cognitive healing for this is what I would say to anybody that might be or might need to have brain surgery is don't underestimate the challenge that the cognitive part of the recovery is going to have on your time off. I didn't think that it was going to take as long as it has, but it definitely has taken some time. And again, I'm just a little over 3 months into this, the recuperation part after the surgery, and I would say that it's, even for me, and I was in really healthy condition before I went in for the surgery. I was eating well. I was running, walking. I was in very good shape, and it's even thrown me for a loop. So I could only imagine if somebody wasn't eating healthy, was overweight, wasn't used to running, and those type things, that it would only be worse. So just don't underestimate that part of it. But again, I'm recovering, and I start back to work in mid-June. I've had a lot of help from my friends here. They would come over to my house, checking on me, making me start walking, making me, this is when I was first recuperating, and I really didn't want to do anything or see anyone. They were my friends, especially Rachel and Chris. They were really, really, I guess you could say, hard on me, making sure that I kept up with it every day, and that the physical part of my rehabilitation was going really well. You know, as far as the cognitive, that's really up to me. I mean, Rachel's been over here a few times when I've been doing the tests online, but you know, that's really, it's really only something that I can do. So, and I understand that, and I plan on doing the daily workouts on luminosity until I go back to work, and even after I start work. So, all right, that's it. I just wanted to let everybody know how I was doing and give everybody a view of what I look like. If you want to see where my scar is, I'll try to show this to you. I'm not sure how this is going to look because I can't see the video as I'm taking it, but it's starting right here and goes all the way around down to here. That's where the scar is on my head. So they had to take this whole skin flap down and then cut out a piece of my skull and then do all the work they needed to do. But you can see I'll try to show it a little bit better. I don't know if this is coming through or not, but it's all up through here and down around here. So the healing from the surgery has gone extremely well, and the doctors at Duke have been very, very helpful. No problem at all getting in touch with the nurse whenever I needed to. The system that they have is just fantastic. You know, it's an online. It's on my phone, and it's just an app that I had downloaded, or a website that I go to get my get my updates. So anything from requesting new medicine to requesting an appointment, all that can be done on my phone, and it's very, very quick and good. And I get good positive feedback from the nurses and doctors as well. Okay, well, with that, I'll let you go, and I'll be doing another video soon. Talk to you later.